My name is Seydou Mohammed, a farmer in the Jurassic Dumasi. I've been farming for quite a long time now, and we've been affected by the change of weather patterns.
Seydou Mohammed had a challenge 4 years ago. The farmer in the Ashanti region's Ejura usually began plowing his fields to prepare them for the major season crop of maize. He needed the rains, but the region's unpredictable weather made it impossible to predict when the rains will arrive.
Over the past few years, we were affected by long dry spells and other things.
As a result, Seydou relies on GMED weather information, which is commonly distributed via social media, particularly WhatsApp. Every morning at about 5 a.m., Seydou must check the weather forecast before planning his day's activities.
You see, when you are going to the farm and you don't have any weather information, then it's like you are in a darkness. Sometimes some of the chemicals you go and apply, it doesn't need rain. You go and apply them, you come home and the rain falls on them, it becomes waste. You get my point. So when you are able to know today, maybe per the predictions of the GMET, we are likely to have rainfall. Why should I go and waste my time?
Seydou shares the information with other local farmers through another local platform he created.
Yeah, you know, Ejura basically is a farming community, and we have a lot of farmers. Everyone actually is a farmer, and so we create other platforms, and then where we add members, send the information to them so they can also benefit from what we are benefiting. I think the Meteo agency has been very consistent over the years, and they keep giving us informations day in, day out. They give us about three updates each day. In the morning it comes, afternoon, and in the evening. I think it has helped a lot. It has helped
Ejura is located in the Ashanti region, which received averagely 1,500 millimeters to 2,300 millimeters of rain per year. During the last 5 years, annual rainfall ranges between 2,500 millimeters to 3,200 millimeters. However, the area shares a boundary with the Bono East regional town of Atibobo, giving it a slightly different weather pattern. To take the guesswork out of farming in a country with unreliable rainfall, the Ghana Agricultural Sector Investment Program (GASIP) funded the installation of 12 satellite automatic weather stations across the country.
Okay, so the first thing we do is validation. There are man-made stations within the northern sector that have already been calibrated over the years, and so we use those as standards for the automatic stations. So we compare the data from the automatic station with the data we have from the manual station and see how the data from the two stations correlate. If you are able to standardize the automatic station to give you the accuracy the manual station will give you, then you can rely on that. So that's the first thing you do, calibrate the automatic station to meet the standard that you want. Once you get that, the next thing is to quality control the information coming from there. So if you are getting, sometimes it's just sensor, it will probably accumulate some dust, and so we'll be giving you some wrong figures and all of that. So you constantly monitor and see that you are maintaining the place, you are cleaning the sensors quite regularly, and then you are monitoring the data to see that every data you are getting from there is something that is realistic. You don't get any temperature value and just feed your models with them. You validate and see that every data you are getting there is what you should really rely on. So that's what we're doing to make sure that we are getting the right data to feed our models for forecasting.
Seydou, who has been using GMED weather information since 2021, says it has saved many people's livelihoods in his community. He says he has lost a lot of money last cropping season because he could not predict or understand the weather.
So we have unplanned farming season. We do run at a loss sometimes because you don't know when the rain is going to end, when there's going to be a drought, when there's going to be, you just don't plan. You just rely on nature for survival. So at times you run at a loss. About 2 farming seasons ago, for instance, I planted my cowpea, and within a month or I think it just had a 1 month rain, and the rain stopped, and so we totally ran at a loss.
However, Seydou is now saving his time, energy, and resources.
But because we are able to get the information, you are not going to waste much time on that. You get my point? So basically it saves time, and then maybe resources too, because if you go to the farm, you are going to put in resources there. You get it? Maybe it will go waste because of the rain that is going to come or something of that sort. But through that, you rest, and then your body rests, your money rests, and all that.
His colleagues Abdul Ghaffar Usman and Suleiman Abubakar were in the same boat. Both have lost money in previous seasons.
Last 2 years, for instance, in fact, in terms of monetary, I can say I lost about 12,600 rather, because I plowed my land, I planted, and I have to do the spraying. We had some weeds here, which locally we call it adanko milk. That adanko milk, in fact, if you spray it and you're not lucky, it will not work. Especially immediately you finish spraying, if it rains, it won't work. I had that problem. I have to replow the land again and plant. I did, in fact, still I have to go for the 3rd time, because then time I did not know. We were not given the update, so I did not know that the season, the rainfall pattern is small. So I went into it. At the end of the day, I didn't get anything.
Looking at the time I wasn't on the platform, I only see rain and go and farm. There is a season whereby the way the rain delayed. When it comes, we feel it will go far. We went and put all our monies and everything. Later, it couldn't go far. But if it were to be today, the platform will update me. This rain is going far. It's not going far. Don't do it.
But now that they have relied on Seydou for weather information from GMET, they say they plan their day well. Farmers say weather information from GMET is now improved. They can now save time, energy, and resources. They know when the rains will come, and the rains will not come at all. So they can now plan their farming activities very well.
Decision, the right time to plant, right time to plow, right time to do your spraying. Some time back, we used to buy chemicals, spray our farms, then the water will come and spoil everything. Because if you spray and it didn't take some hours before it rains, you have to spray again. But since we started getting the updates, it helps because it will tell you when it will rain. So you also have to take your own decision, the right time to spray, so that you will not run at a loss. So it helps a lot.
But currently, the platform is helping me a lot to know when to farm farm produce. It helps me to plan well. But in the olden days, you may see the rain raining, you may feel that the rain will go far. You go and plant your plants, you do everything, the rain will stop. But currently, the platform, the way it's effective, it is helping me a lot in my farming.
Very useful, not to me alone, and to farmers. Some of the farmers that are in contact with us, it is very useful. Sometimes people used to call me in the morning and ask, Charlie, how is the weather going to look like this morning? It's like I've been, I've become more or less their weather guide. You get me? And some people do call, Charlie, how is the weather going to look like? So they can also plan their activities for the next 24 or to 48 hours, I think.
The right time to even stop planting is the very important one. When we were not getting the weather update, we don't know when the rain will stop. So anytime once it's raining, we plow our land, plant. But now we are getting the update. So we know when the rain is expected to start and when it will end. It will tell us the right time to plant and when not to even go into farming. So in fact, it is helping us. Last year, for instance, the weather update helped us a lot because the time it gave us that the rain will reach. Previously, we were not getting rains up to that, but we were informed that there will be more rainfall. In fact, it traveled to November, when earlier it was getting to October. After October, you will not get any rainfall. So when they told us that, many people decided that they will not go into it. But because of the report, we were able to farm and we had more produce.
Me in particular, it is helping me and my friends and the family members. Because anytime in the morning, the first platform I do visit is that platform. I don't off my, nowadays I don't even off my data because of that platform. Because they can give you update at any time. I don't want to fail it. So always my data is on. Whenever I see an update, I read it and inform my friends, my colleagues, what is going on.
I usually use the local language. Some of my friends speak Hausa. I use Hausa to tell them. Some speak Twi. Others speak Mampurli, Dagbani and the rest. I try to tell them so that they also take advantage of it.
One of the challenges of GMET over the years has been getting the message directly to those who use them, particularly farmers. According to GMET meteorologist Joshua Samoa, most farmers are uneducated, making it difficult to get the message to them.
One of the challenges we've had over the years is getting the message directly to people who use the messages, because we use social media platforms and emails as means of transmitting the messages, and most of the farmers are uneducated and so they don't get these messages.
The agency's principal meteorologist Nana Kofi Opoku says that while the agency works with farmers on an irregular basis, he has yet to see a scale-up opportunity to train farmers. The collaboration with GASIP has allowed the agency to train journalists, farmers and agricultural extension agents to use the weather information.
We have been working in partnership with GASIP over a period of time, and this relationship with GASIP is such that it helps us to give climate and weather information to stakeholders over the entire parts of the country. It's important to note that ever since we started working with GASIP, we have had the opportunity of holding training programs and sessions all over the country.
The agency has identified issues raised by farmers that must be addressed.
So during the sessions that we had with them, it came to the fore the challenges of the atmosphere, i.e. the onset of rainfalls, cessation of the rainfalls, the erratic nature of the rains. When it is time for harvesting, that is the time that they are having a lot of rains, which is affecting their harvests. When it is not supposed to be drought, you see prolonged trends of drought, and these are concerns that the farmers have raised. And we understand that as the climate changes, we understand that as vegetation changes, the environmental factors changes, some of these things may happen.
Though the agency has modified its daily and seasonal forecast, meteorologists are committed to further developing 10-day and monthly forecasts.
All we can also say is that we are working together as an agency, as a group of forecasters and scientists, together with our development partners, to review to make sure that we get the right kind of information for farmers that will help them in the activities they do. Based on this, we already have what is known as a seasonal forecast that we develop for the farmers. We have the daily forecast that we give to the farmers, but we are committing ourselves to go further to develop decadal forecast, that is every 10 days, to go ahead to give them monthly forecast and also to give them the seasonal forecast. And we know together when they use all these ones and they use the advisories that come along with it, we may not be able to stop what nature is giving to us. The process of changing what climate has done or the hazards climate has given to us takes a bit of time. But we know with these ones, it will help them to be able to adapt to the current situations that they find themselves.
A report by Mohammed NURUDEEN.
Platforms deal with the unregulated platforms.